If I was a culture, what would we be like? How would we survive? I think we would tell stories. We would live like forest people dreaming of sugar-coated oceans with mermaids clothed in satin dresses and sand that shivers under wandering feet. We would dance around singing bonfires, flames tickling our fear of adventure and sparks filling the space between our grasping hands. Our tears would summon drowning floods, and our passion would light fiery droughts that feed our continual feast of self-inflicted plagues. Always starving, never satisfied, pledging our hunger to the changing winds that threaten to unfold our toppling paper mountains. And in my culture, we would breathe words instead of air, spending all our lifetimes with expressions flickering on the tips of our tongues like babbling springs. And we would write constantly, for pleasure and panic, and the trees would sacrifice themselves to our genius, making way for our underground libraries hanging from branching roots, our books supporting the soil of past generations overrun by beauty's gracefully indignant hand. And on that soil, our homes would be built out of tightly corkscrewed memories bound together by strangling vines kissing their jealous lips to our stone-walled cathedrals. Our churches would be held in grassy fields under balancing cliffs, and our religion would consist of agricultural prayers to a God who does not believe in us yet. But he will, and until he does, we will watch the shattered stars for a sign that hope still loves the wishing man. But despair loves him too. And under those stars and beside those bonfires, in my culture, we would tell myths and war stories about the dying heroes and the castaway cowards, living like ordinary men under microscopes. And we would play the actor like he had a place on the stage, like he had lines other than the ones that were crossing his hands instead of his lips, falling back into the folding curtains where contentment is just something that happens before death. But we would have no debt of our own. For immortality is for the sinner, and saints wouldn't know glory from righteousness if it judged their precious souls from behind gates of eternal bliss. So our tombstones lay empty, under moonlit faces craving redemption, and our hillsides hung quietly to themselves. Until chance break the silence of consciousness, and we listen for fear that unknown dangers lie behind smiling faces. But we wouldn't worry for long. Thrones made by peasants carry no weight under balancing kingdoms. Love has no power without bows and arrows, and we wouldn't have a culture without me. But then again, if I was a culture, we would all be dead.